and the Australian Open, which is due to start in Melbourne on Monday, will go ahead as planned. Premier Daniel Andrews says up to 600 tennis players and staff are considered casual contacts and therefore should isolate and get a test.
There's a number of about 500-600 people that are either players and officials and others who are casual contacts. They will be isolating until they get a negative test, and that work will be done tomorrow. So it may have an impact on tomorrow's play in the lead-up event, but at this stage there's no impact to the tournament proper. I must say that's important to us, but the issues we're most focused on is much broader.
OK, let's go to Victorian Liberal MP, live in Canberra now, Tim Wilson. Tim, good to see you. Thanks for joining us. So has the government, the Premier, made the right call here?
I do think the Premier has made the right decision. The decision he's made is based on respecting and trusting Victorians to do the right thing, to take responsibility and get a test. And one of the exposure sites where this person has been is in the Goldstein electorate at North Point Cafe in North Road and Brighton. So anyone who's had exposure within the time frame should go and get a test, as well as, of course, anyone who has any symptoms.
The opposition leader said overnight that Melbourne has not handled the international arrival of players and staff sufficiently. Do you agree with him?
Well, I think there's obviously issues around prioritisation and obviously around making sure that people come and arrive safely. And, of course, what we've had is an outbreak. Now, whenever we have an outbreak, it raises legitimate questions about whether systems are in place to make sure that hotel quarantine is being properly administered. Now, I don't know the basis of those particular comments, but I do think when we have an outbreak like this, even if it is only singular, we need to go back, review the systems, make sure that they're being properly implemented because, of course, we don't want to see a return to the situation we had last year where for basically 4 months Victorians were locked down because of a failure of government processes to control an outbreak.
Are you glad that he didn't do the full lockdown such as Mark McGowan did in Perth just a couple of days ago after one case?
Well, of course, we're always relieved not to be in lockdown, having lived through one and as other people no doubt experience around the country. But I think we just need to wait and see what's coming. When over the next 24 hours, we'll obviously see a spike in testing. We'll see where there's potentially any community transmission, and that should be the basis that informs decisions here on.